Hey, welcome. This is Simeon from PraiseTracks.com, and today is another live stream, and I'm really excited, like I always am. It's like I'm always excited. I'm always excited to come and share something new that I've discovered with you. And it reminds me today. It reminds me of a scripture, kind of paraphrasing. What has been is now, and what will be has already taken place. And so, in other words, what's old is new again. And that's the case with the library that we're going to be taking a look at, Mosaic Tape from Heavyocity. The thing about Heavyocity is I'm so amazed that even in this year where we've had just a crazy year with all of the lockdowns and the pandemic and all of the challenges that we all have been facing this year, it's real exciting to see that they've come out with not one library, but two libraries. And with Damage 2 and now with Mosaic Tape, it's just really exciting. They do such a great job. One of the things is that Mosaic Tape and actually with all the Mosaic series, they use brand new sound sources. And so this library is using all new sound sources. So they're not taking from the other libraries and just kind of putting a new wrapper on it, so to speak. And if it's your first time, man, I just am so grateful. It's been a while. Sometimes I'll put out a video, maybe 2 or 3 a week, but the past couple of weeks has been really challenging because we've had some non-musical things happen, like water pipe under the house, and floors, and just different things, different crazy things. So while we're having fun with music, life still goes on. And so we're facing all those challenges still. And so that's why I really appreciate all of your support by subscribing and super chats. And there's ways that you can help support the channel so I can keep taking care of the non-musical things so I can bring you the great musical things. So with all that out of the way, let's jump right in. So you can see Mosaic Tape is similar to the other Mosaic instruments. So what happens is they have 3 sound sources, and then they have this modulation in the middle. And so we're just going to run through a lot of the snapshots. I think there's over 100 snapshots there. Just start at the Arps here. So this is broken organ, and this is an Arp. And you can already hear just a lot of crazy things going on. Modulation wheel kind of controls how that macro slider, that macro engine. Now let's see what the Arp is doing. So you can see the arpeggiator is on the first sound source. One cool thing I've discovered with the Arp is that right now it's just doing the notes, and so we can hit chord and at these steps here. So watch this. I'm going to click on the chord, and it's going to not just play the notes, it's going to play what I'm holding down as a single chord. So here we go. So that gives you another layer of expression. Yeah, so that's really cool. Yeah, this is just the first snapshot, and so every time you hit a note, it re-triggers. So you can see that arpeggiator re-triggering. So it re-triggers, and I think you can control that as well. So let's just go on. Let's go on to the next next sound source. Oh man, Christmas time. So the other day, I think it was Wednesday, I was we were in Kohl's, and this is not a sponsored video, by the way. And I heard my first Christmas carol over in the store. So it was like, are you kidding me? Isn't that pretty? And you can see that macro engine just going crazy. So you have six different things that you can modulate here with this macro control: the envelopes, the EQs, filters, the drive engine, the gates. Yeah. So the ARP here again. So you've got sound source 1 and 2. And so you have the chord engaged here on these steps here to give you that. And then the macro sequencer, you can see how that is modulating those different engine parameters. It just is grungy. So, you know, we've been going through this thing where, you know, if you remember recording on those 24-track reel-to-reels, the 2-inch and all the huge tapes, and even on 4-track cassettes, I mean, you remember how we always wanted to get something really clean and really nice and pure and clean. And so digital was like the thing to do because everything was just crystal clear and pure and clean. And now here we are in 2020. We want to get it dirty and feeling nasty and raw again, with all of that dirt and grit that we were trying to get away from way back. We're wanting to get it back now. So you have more saturators, more tape emulations. You have things that will just get the sound back to just that really gritty sound. Okay, so let's go to another snapshot, and I'll show you the effects section real quick. Let's just do another ARP. I think those are pretty cool. And we can just go through all of these. Okay, so this is called Dreaming in Eighths. So they're using like eighth note divisions. Yeah, you can see they're doing some crazy things here with eighth notes. So here we go. And I'm just going to pull that master section up. So what key do you want to, what key are we going in? And so now we've got this aging parameter here. And that is the tape, like the tape engine. And so we can do the wear and the warble. Can you hear that? You can control that. Let's see. Yeah, and that real weird warbling. And then of course they're punish. I'm going to turn the aging off so you can hear when we punish it. So this is some more distortion and saturation. But hear how fat and rich those sound sources are. It's just amazing. Now, see, Now bypass punish, and let me kick that back in, and you can hear so much more going on. And see, you've got these sound sources here. And let me look and see what we've got going on here with these sound sources. So we have high-speed cello, VHS, wood toy, and a tape head, 1964. So they are processing all of these sound sources here with options. Okay, so you go to options and it shows all of the different sound sources that are available. So you've got orchestral categories, keys, choirs, noise, and attacks. And you'll see on some of these that they use those noises to create some really cool transient effects with the engine. So you'll get some really interesting attacks. So let's keep going. All right. Yeah, but you get started on these. And you can also see here in this, let me get this out. So you can see here where you have the key ranges. So you can have the sound sources stretched over the three different key ranges, which helps you to get some overlaps, get you some dynamics. And you can also velocity cross switch between the layers as well. And you can set different ranges for pitch bend and all sorts of different things. Then you have the envelope controls here, and everything that you see with these little rings around them, that is something that you can employ the microcontrol, the engine with. So let's do some playables. Old tape orchestra. Now this has burned strings, lo-fi brass, and violas recorded on 2-inch tape. So that's kind of cool. And then that modulation wheel. That's just rich and so full of harmonic content. Very ominous and very thick. Cabinet brass. Listen. Oh my gosh. But when I first hit that note, that brass note, that's immediately what popped in my mind. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. It is crazy. Wow. Yeah, that's just amazing. Wow. Amazing. Yeah. So you know, those of you that have have been on a live stream with me before, you know sometimes it takes me a while to just kind of relax and get in the groove, but it's amazing. Mm. The sounds, the sounds that I hear coming back, just it's just incredible. And like with Damage 2 and with stuff like this, it's just it's amazing. Okay. Um, wow. So let's just see. And I come in these things, kind of knowing that I'm going to play a software library. I kind of, make myself familiar with everything, but I want to kind of get, first impressions of these sounds and just share those with you guys. It's just a lot of fun. Mood score. Let's check that out. Definitely cinematic and scoring, textures and moods. Mood score, that's what we're playing. Now let's see. Yeah, so here we have the 3 sound sources here. You can see how they are overlapping each other. And as always, feel free to ask questions in the chat, and I'll just try to catch those and do my best to answer. That was really nice. That was a nice sound there. Shifting speeds. So it's not all about the big, deep, and epic things. Sometimes it's about the real gentle and nice things that we can do here. So let's see what we can do here. Shifting speeds. Now this is in the rhythm category. So once again, you've got Arps, playables, and rhythmic, and this is a rhythmic one. So let's just check this out. Shifting speeds. Yeah, here we go again. Yeah, so you hear that arc speed up a little bit. Let's just look at that. Okay, so let's see where that is. It's in the, you can see that rising, and then it goes back down. Yeah. Yeah, that's just so gritty. That is so gritty. Clockwork Strings. Okay, and now this is another one. Okay, and here we go. The ARP is. Yeah, so that's got some really cool. And you can see that and you can control that dynamically with the mod wheel. Very cool. So that is frozen strings and like a viola on 2-inch, and then the plastic. Yeah. Okay, so let's just solo that. So you can hear that it's like a percussive element. It's just like a transient, but it adds. So I'm going to unsolo this and mute. Yeah, so you can see and hear, well, you can hear how that that little tick, 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 and those little transient samples really add a little bit of extra to that. Those little transients and things happening here. Okay, caffeined out pad. Okay, let's take a listen. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you see that how that macro sequencer is really 64 steps at 16th. That gets crazy. That gets crazy. Yeah, and you hear those delays? Yeah. So you've got the delays here, and then you've got the delays on the different channels and the envelopes and that type of thing too. That's amazing. Okay. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am today. It's really a lot of fun. Phillips Glass ARP. Okay. Yeah. See if we can find. Yeah, so this is another. And I like that they've given us such a variety. They've given us a variety of real punchy things and kind of cool, light things. You can hear that tape. Let's see. Yeah, so you can hear the warble and the wear going on into the tape. Yeah, the DX marimba. And they've mapped all of these all the way across the keyboard. Yeah, those tape effects really give, and just give it that real out of control feeling. Okay, that's kind of cool. Okay, let's go to some more. Okay, sharp brass and choir. Okay, yeah, and you've got the reverbs here, and that really, to put some space and put it in perspective. The layers are so thick, it's just so fat sounding here. And it's in the brass. I can just, you just feel that. Let's just solo, let's solo the big tape choir. and see, yeah, boom. Yeah, and they've got that mapped all the way across the keyboard. They've got the aging and the tape going on there. And just holding on that, you can hear everything going on. And most of it is happening with this macro sequencer, modulating those envelopes and the filters. And again, this is sounding so much different than the other Mosaic series, and so it just complements and kind of fits right in there like a mosaic. It's just another piece. It's another piece in this creative sound design adventure that we're having here. Very cool. Okay. Let's just look at some more playables. Danceophone, that sounds interesting. Okay. I like those tempoed sync delays. And it's in those bottle hits. Yeah, the bottle hits. That's another one of those transient sound sources. Yeah, isn't that cool? That's really cool. Okay, let's keep going. So I hope you guys are enjoying again. And man, thank you for joining me and hanging in here. Oh my goodness. Okay. Mind killer synths. And let's go and see what we've got here. So the options. So slow, dirty wheels, organ-like, sustained lead with effects. Channel 2 is lo-fi Hoover, detuned, modulated pulse with modulated sounds from an 8-bit chip. Yeah. And then violin cassettes, yeah, digitally sampled violin. So it's like they take these sounds and they're running them through cassette tape players again. I mean, I wish I still had all my cassette tapes because you know, blank cassette tapes now are really really in demand, which is crazy. So this is mind killer synths. So. Yeah, from the Very cool, man. Okay. Giant bottom orchestra. Giant bottom orchestra. Let's just see what channel 1. Okay, computer flute, lo-fi flute with flanger. Say that about 3 times. Lo-fi flute with flanger. And channel 2 is lo-fi strings and VHS air flutes. Okay, so let's check that out. Okay, yeah. And so the cool thing about the Mosaic series is that once you learn one instrument, one engine, you learn the engine and it just translates to all the other libraries. Yeah, that sounds like a big bottom to me. Push that punish a little bit more, and let's take it out. Just for ambient type of music and scoring and underscores. Yeah. It's amazing. It's been really kind of interesting. I've been seeing like a lot of guys with the Euro racks full of modular synths and things, and it's just like, it's crazy. I don't have room for all of that. I mean, it would be so cool to have, but it's like, what libraries like Mosaic Tape and the libraries that Heavyocity and other developers bring to us, it's like we are going into their collection of synths, and they are putting those into these libraries, and it's just so they've got okay, so they've got their room full of synths, so we won't have to, but we still get the benefit of all of the sounds. Wow, dusty toy piano, and yeah, so that's the thing. That's the thing, is that we get to benefit from all of this tremendous creativity, and then it helps us in our own personal creative journeys as well, to give us sounds and textures that we would not be able to have access to if it weren't for these libraries. So this is the dusty toy piano. I'm going to solo some of these. And then when we go into options, let's just see. Yeah, they've got them all across the keyboard. It's little Battlestar Galactica. I never know what's going to pop up in that. Yeah, I'm looking for some brass. Okay, so the old taped. Okay, yeah, the cabinet brass. I love that brass. Yeah, that brass sound has just got some. flat, you know. And can you imagine layering that, can you imagine layering that to some more? But the cabinet brass is like one of my favorite things. One of my favorite sounds here. It's very vintage, very raw. And these are just still in the playable categories. So this is an electro piano. Really cool. It's just got that really out of control with the tape edging, the aging, the wear. So glad you guys are catching this today. It's just a lot of fun. It just really is a blessing for me to be able to share my joy in discovering these libraries with all of you. Very nice. Let's go back to the Rhythmics voice pulses. And I've got my tempo set at 120 BPM, so all of these are going to kind of be in that. Okay, let's see. You never know. We've got the Oompa Loompas here. Yeah, you got the bassoon and the breath. So the digital breath is, and you can hear that panning across. Yeah. And that macro control is controlling the filter and the space. Man, that is so nice. Okay, let's try some more. Pulsing Space Station. I love having all of these great snapshots just ready to grab. And then of course you can when you can make any changes to these that you want, and then you click on that floppy disk icon there, and you can save your own. So sometimes the snapshots are a great starting point for discovery and for editing and coming up with your own sounds here. Yeah, and that's this taped tenor wood. Here we go. It does remind you of a lot of 80s and synth driven. But just think it's just so fat. So again, what has been past is new again. Yeah, wow, that is so interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so let's just keep going. And we're just going to run through a few more of these. This sounds like a nice one, the happiness. And that's what if I can make somebody's day a little better, that sounds kind of scary happy, happy in a scary kind of way. So that's a little happy. And that rhythmic, those rhythmic delays, that's what I really like that. Hold it down there. Wow. I just love that. That is so cool. The happiness. Okay, so yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. Golly, that is so cool. Amazing. Yeah, I'm just like trying to take this all in. It's just very cool. Yeah. So when you're doing live streams and things, it's just like you're learning so many different instruments all the time, and it's just amazing. It's amazing to me. I really love it. Let's just go to the init patch, and pull up a sound source, keys, and then let's see what we have. So we have the cathedral organs here. I'm going to just solo this first. So this is just soloing the sound sources without too much. There we go. I'm going to turn this reverb on here. So this is just like a piano that was digitally sampled, and sampled through like just all these crazy effects and processing. Just so nice. And that's just without a lot of stuff going on. That's just the piano. Just that one sample, and then you can put the tape effect on here. Taken through all those granular effects and that type of thing. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, let's just look at a couple more of these sound sources. So you've got all these different noises, alien insects. So yeah, yes. So that's some bug sampling. But you put that into some of these, and it just adds character. Analog noise. Yeah. So just white noise and bass amp noise, bass damage. So yeah, these are just noise layers that you can put in there. Computer raffle. Yeah, so if your computer's doing that, it's done. It's done for. So you've got different attacks, clock nails. Yeah, the clock parts clicking. Yeah, all those little transient hits and effects when they're layered and combined with other sounds. Yeah, it's just amazing. So you've got a whole set of choirs. And I think the envelopes here, let's just see. Yeah. So you can shape that envelope, the sustain and the release. Okay, form it. Yeah. And that's just one sound source. That's really cool. Keys and tune percussion and DX sample. But just with character, it's not clean. This is not a clean library. It's just bursting with so much character and so much personality with it. It's just so much electric brass. Yeah. Each of these libraries, in fact, every library has its own personality, its own signature, and that's why you need multiple libraries sometimes, because each one is going to have its own strengths and its own character and personality to it. Harp cabinet, yeah. Really cool. Nice, 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 nice. Lo-fi brass hit. I keep going back to break out. And so you tag that transient hit onto a pad, and like this. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay, we got that soloed. So let's unsolo that and mute this. And yeah, so this is floating, fluttering human voices. Yeah. Yeah, so this is vocals, but you tack that. So you tack the brass hit onto another sample, and it just makes it so complex. So complex. You know, all the links are going to be in the description below to learn more about Mosaic tape. Here we go. Old Sunday tapes. Oh yeah, see that, yeah. Oh, let's see. There is always something there to remind me. Always something there to remind me. Yeah, so it just takes you somewhere. Just takes you somewhere different. So, you know, you can always contact me. Yeah, it's like an 80s time machine, you know? Wow, that's great. You can contact me always at Simeon@praisetracks.com, Simeon@praisetracks.com, and or praisetracks@gmail.com, either way. And I always love to do my best to answer questions and to support you, because we support each other. I just can't get over how fat this thing is. Wow. Keep going to that rhythm. That's cool. Wow. Yeah, so Simeon@praisetracks.com and praisetracks@gmail.com. And praisetracks.com is where the site is, where you can find out more about the projects that I've been involved in. See, once you get started, it's hard to stop. That's what my wife always, she likes to tell me. She says, you know what, you have a hard time getting started and a hard time stopping, but I have a whole lot of fun in between. Just listen to how fat that is. Yeah, you can just stay on one. Okay, so let's just go to another, just one more, into the real pad. And so this will be like the end of the live stream, into the reel. And wow. Almost like you hear that reel spinning around there. Wow, isn't that really cool? Into the real pad, And so I'm gonna go back to mood score, and you know, the leaves are starting to fall, and the wind and the temperature's starting to get a little bit cooler. And that, to me, is the signal that the season is changing. And if you've lived on this planet for a few years, you know that seasons change, times change. My father-in-law said there's only one thing that you can be sure of, and that's change. And he's right. And you know, when things change, you know, sometimes we're scared of change because we don't know what the next season's going to hold for us. But as we can see, you know, summer turn into autumn, and autumn turn into winter, and then winter will turn into spring once again. And that's what I'm hoping for, and that's what I know is going to happen. You may be going through a very difficult time right now. I don't know, you know, and you know, I wasn't planning on this, but you know how it goes. You know, there's a lot of us are going through a lot of hard things right now, and we don't know if things are going to change. But I tell you, you know, I believe that we have seasons as a reminder that, you know, whatever season you're in right now, it's not going to last forever. It's not going to last forever. It's going to change, and I pray that it gets changed for the better. And I think that's all of our prayer, that this season that 2020 has been will change for the better, that the sun will once again shine, that the clouds and uncertainty and all of the things that are going on, that the sun will break through those clouds and we'll see a new season, a season of blessing for our families, health and direction, prosperity for us, relief. You know, being under stress all the time, it's a hard thing to deal with, and sometimes you need relief. You just need some relief. I think that's why I love doing these live streams and these videos, because I can be with you guys, and I can share these experiences with you, and it just helps me to have a sense that I'm being inspired as I play, but I hope I'm inspiring you and being a blessing to you guys as well, to kind of help relieve stress, relieve stress, and to bring some hope, bring something to look forward to, you know. I like that mood score. So whatever season you're in, it's gonna change. It's gonna change. Whatever season you're in, it's gonna change. It's gonna change. It may be dark right now, but I see the sun behind the clouds. Whatever season you're in, I know one day soon it's gonna change. Man. No matter what season you're in, it's gonna change. It's gonna change. It may be dark right now where you are, but I know the sun will shine again. Yeah. I see the sun behind the clouds, and I pray that your new season is coming around. You never know what's going to happen, except it's going to change. That's a lot of fun. I never know what's going to happen here. But I've so enjoyed presenting Mosaic Tape to you guys today. And again, this is Simeon from praisetracks.com. And thanks for being here. Thank you for subscribing and supporting the channel and supporting what we're doing here. It's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of joy. It brings me a lot of joy, and I hope it brings you joy too. So until next time, we will see you soon with a brand new video. And if you have any questions after the live stream, leave them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you so much.